Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Nola here. I'm back with another episode. Now, today we are focusing on something a little bit more heavy than what I'm normally used to covering, only because I want to get this out there. It's so important that we talk about these two things. The first one, trigger warning, is the tale of sexual abuse, and that is from Sinatra, former Overwatch star, MVP. This dude is really good at Overwatch. He's playing Valorant now, but his ex-girlfriend has come out saying that in their relationship she was a victim of sexual abuse, and she released a very long tweet longer full of receipts to back up her statement. Now, if anybody remembers, last year the esports world was kind of just taken for a ride. With all these accounts from people in the industry, majority of them being women, and their tales of abuse and manipulation, all these just really bad things that really shone a bad light on esports in general. So all those people got outed. A lot of them won't be working in the business anymore, and I can't say that the same is going to. I can't say that Sinatra is going to get out of this, but. Anyway, I've avoided talking about any aspects of me and Jay's relationship for over a year. I never spoke about it, mostly because this is horrifying, and also I've seen the way women in our community are treated when they try to talk about being hurt by prominent figures. I know he'll use his platform and his name to try and take me down and say this isn't true, because that's who he is. I'm still scared of him even after all this time, so I know this will be hard. Now, for anybody who has been a victim of sexual abuse or sexual assault, I stand with you. That shit shouldn't be experienced by anybody, and a lot of people in power get away with it because sometimes when they're outed, nothing happens. Victims might be too scared to come out, and I can't imagine victims in general going out of their way to embellish stories. Are there accounts of sexual assault that end up being false? Yes, but a large majority of them are true, and if anything can be taken away from this, it's usually set up as kind of like a red flag, establishment of a red flag, to let them know that hey, this person in the industry is somebody that shouldn't be trusted. And that's why you often see a lot of other people come out with stories that have overlap, that are consistent with each other, that might give more pause and more understanding to that person who initially had the courage to come out and tell their story. And I think a lot of the people in the industry, esports and outside of esports, they don't come out in fear of being blackballed, fear of retaliation, whether it be physical or monetary or something like that. And so it just keeps putting the ball back in the abuser's court. So yeah. It's this huge twit longer, and I think the most damning piece of evidence is they would record their sexual encounters, and there was an audio clip that was posted in this twit longer. I'm going to link the twit longer. I'm not going to play it on the video here, but it's basically her saying no, and him not being cool with that and continuing. It's one thing if you have consent to do something, but as soon as that's revoked, you just got to stop what you're doing. Like, no means no. I think that's the biggest thing to take away from that. So I'll let you listen to it. There's also a bunch of text messages and screenshots attached to corroborate her side of the story, but it's really bad. I don't see Sinatra really getting away with this. And what makes this even worse is that people on Twitter are apologizing, being apologists for Sinatra, saying that this behavior, let's hear his side of the story. Well, yes, that's true. We should hear what he has to say. I can't imagine whatever he has to say is gonna help his case, especially with these messages out in the open. So, I'll leave in the bottom of the description. You can read for yourself and come to your own conclusion. Things are not looking good, and I just wish that this behavior in the community would just go away. A lot of times this happens because of power imbalance. The abuser knows they can get away with it. They know that they have a huge fan base, and their fan base is going to side with them. So hopefully something comes out of this for her. shout outs to her for coming forward. I know that takes a lot of strength and courage. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. The other big story that I have for you today is a heated gamer moment. Meyers Leonard, who is a player for the Miami Heat, said some very bad things, like very, very bad things. Now I know that we play games and things go bad sometimes, but like basically he was playing Call of Duty, something went wrong, and he dropped ethnic slur for Jewish people, and you can find that clip on the internet. It's just really bad. And the thing about this that makes this so bad is that, English is such a varied, storied language. I mean, it's been around for hundreds of years, and there are so many ways that you can say what you want to say without bringing racial slurs into it. Me being black, I can't tell you the amount of times I've been called the N-word or, have had hateful speech spewed towards me. It's just a part of my livelihood at this point. It's not a big deal for me, whatever. But I still don't want it to happen, A lot of people get away with just being shitty. Anyway, what makes it really, really bad, I'm going to try and find this clip for you. What makes it really, really bad is that he paused and then he said the word, the K word, okay? He could have used like motherfucker or literally anything else. He had to go through the Rolodex of slurs and he chose that one. So it's like if you say that type of word so casually, it makes me wonder what type of person that you are off camera. So of course, after that, a lot of things went down. He's affiliated with FaZe. He has a lot of gaming sponsorships. Like I said, he plays for Miami Heat. This dude is in a position of influence. This dude's got a lot of money coming through, and he screwed up the bag. So his apology: I'm deeply sorry for using an anti-Semitic slur during a live stream yesterday. Well, I didn't know what the word meant at the time. Bullshit. My ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. I'm now more aware of its meaning, and I'm committed to properly seeking out people who can help educate me about this type of hate, how we can fight it. I acknowledge and own my mistake, and there's no running from something like this that is so hurtful to someone else. This is not a proper representation of who I am, and I want to apologize to the Arisons, my teammates, coaches, front office, and everyone associated with the Miami Heat organization, to my family, to our loyal fans, and to others in the Jewish community who I've hurt. I promise to do better and know that my future actions will be more powerful than my use of this word. I think this is a bullshit apology. Sorry you got caught. Like, he said it with his whole chest while he was streaming. Like, bro, like he didn't even like stop and pause. All right. That's what makes this like really suspect. So he's lost all his sponsorships, and also the Miami Heat had a statement. So the Miami Heat has released the following statement. They vehemently condemn the use of any form of hate speech. The words used by Meyers Leonard were wrong, and we will not tolerate hateful language from anybody associated with our franchise. To hear it from a Miami Heat player is especially disappointing and hurtful to all those who work here, as well as the larger South Florida, Miami Heat, and NBA communities. Meyers Leonard will be away from the team indefinitely. The Miami Heat will cooperate with the NBA while it conducts its investigation. So, this is the 80% lose your entire livelihood challenge. When you're a big celebrity, it carries a lot more weight when you are somebody of influence, somebody of power. Lots of people are watching you, and you say an ethnic slur or anything really problematic. You're not 13 anymore. You're at the age where you know what you're supposed to be saying, and you know how to conduct yourself. If you're gonna say that stuff, like, I don't want you to say it, but don't broadcast it to everybody. Don't be hateful at all. But like, if you're gonna do it in public, you're gonna show your whole ass like that. I mean, you get what's coming to you. So yeah, that's what's going on. I hope you guys are caught up now with everything that's happening. If there are any updates that happen with these stories, I'll be sure to let you know. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever. That really helps out a lot. And subscribe until the next Team Attack video. My name is Akinola Verissimo. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.